Testosterone is having kind of a moment right now.
Talk about testosterone therapy. It's getting new attention.
The Pentagon announced new plans to screen servicemen and women for low testosterone.
The military is going to start testing the testosterone levels,
ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best.
The military is screaming for it. Podcast bros won't shut up about it. There's a whole federal panel on it right now. And somewhere in the middle of all of that noise, I have 5 years of my blood work just sitting there, so I pulled it. And the number that came back originally is not the story I was expecting to tell. Real quick, because I don't want to pretend I got my blood work tested recently because of all of the discourse. I didn't. I got my testosterone checked originally through a Function Health lab test, and then I actually got a second test done because I was doing a video about eating soy and soy protein every day for 30 days. I wanted to test and see what happens. You know the trope, men who eat soy lower the testosterone, raise their estrogen. I wanted to see exactly what happened. And I wanted the number before and after, so I had my before number from my original function test. I ate the soy every day for 30 days and then tested and got my after. I have that video done. I'll leave a link at the end of the video for that one. It's pretty interesting. The cultural moment that's happening right now, I know it's been happening for a long time, but it's exploding right now, kind of just caught up to the data that I already had. I recently just got another testosterone test to see where my numbers were after the soy test a couple months later. And the cultural framing kind of made me look at this whole thing in a different light, which is why I wanted to talk about it today. Because originally I wasn't trying to prove some masculine or some, American male point. I was just trying to test to see what happened when you ate a lot of soy. Now, when I got the results, they were incredibly shocking to me. I was not expecting to see what I saw, especially when I had a slight misunderstanding of what I was reading. In my tofu video and in a couple shorts that I made from that video, I was blamed multiple times, many times. I actually had to delete a lot of the comments because they started to get fairly aggressive. But I was blamed for lying. I was accused of being on different testosterone replacement therapies, and all of that is untrue. There's no way for me to prove that, but it just didn't happen. I was literally just eating soy. So after 5 years of maintaining 110-pound weight loss, training for marathons, trying to add some muscle mass, I have all of these tests stacked up, so I kind of wanted to take a look at them overall, or a more holistic picture, because there is actually a trend. And these are quick numbers, so again, this all matters for what I'm going to be explaining at the end of this video. I got my results here. So in December 2024, my total testosterone was 929 NGDL. December 2025, total testosterone was 1,110 NGDL. That's above normal range. This is where I was blamed for being on testosterone therapy, and there's no way that my natural testosterone levels were that much, especially at 45 years old. In July 2026, I just got the test done. My total testosterone level was 877 NGDL. Back in range. I haven't done soy every single day, simply living my life, eating how I normally eat. No testosterone therapy, no supplements, no cycling of any kind of anything. 5 years of maintaining the weight, marathon training, and just training for life. At one point in the middle there, my numbers were higher than what the lab considers normal. It's the number that everybody kind of reacted to. And I can kind of understand why, because it was incredibly high. Now, if I were to stop the video right there, throw that number on the thumbnail, talk about that number in a podcast. I lost 110 pounds and now my testosterone is that of like a bodybuilder. That's the version that gets clipped, that makes headlines. It's the purple cow. It's the thing that you see and you talk about it, especially in the manosphere and testosterone levels. But those numbers are not the whole picture, and that's the entire point of this video. Now, I want to talk about the science and some of the other numbers that make all of this kind of relative and normal. I am doing my best to add muscle. I am working very hard, but I'm not anything in the extreme levels beyond maybe my marathoning, which should be working against me here. But before we get into all of those numbers, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. Gang, 25 states are about to quietly pass laws that make you hand over your ID or show your face before you scroll social media. That data doesn't just disappear. It gets sold, it gets leaked, you see it in the news, it happens all the time. And that's why I've been using Obscura. It's a VPN built different. So the thing is, most VPNs don't tell you they can see who you are and every website that you visit. And that's where Obscura comes in. Obscura physically can't connect the two. It's cryptographically impossible. They built it that way. It's not a promise that they're making you, it's a literal design choice in the software. And they built it in a way that it's open source. So if you're the type that likes to tinker, you can check the source code for yourself. Plus, Obscura has built-in ad and online tracker blocking that you can configure. So you can control how much websites actually get to track you. And you don't even need an email to sign up, which I love because that's less of my info that's floating around on someone else's servers. I've had it running for a few weeks now. No slowdowns, no hiccups, no interruption. It's worked everywhere that I've been traveling. And honestly, it's just one less thing that I have to be concerned about. So gang, like I said, to get Obscura, you don't even need to link a personal email to it. So if you want a privacy-first VPN, head to obscura.com/stache or scan the QR code and get 25% off a subscription for only $6 a month. They are a small independent company that I trust. Obscura, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for creating such an incredible service that was truly needed. So here's the thing. Nobody screening you at a Pete Hegseth testosterone health fair is going to tell you. Total testosterone is not the thing that matters much. It's the headline number. It's what Pete was rambling about the other day on the news about the military. It's what gets tested first. It's what gets quoted in culture war comments. It's the number that can sound the most or least impressive. But most of that testosterone is bound in a protein called SHBG, Sex Hormone-Binding Globulin. Bound testosterone isn't doing anything for you. It's just riding around. Think of SHGB like a locked safe in your blood. The testosterone is in the safe, but your body doesn't have the key to unlock the safe to use it for muscle growth or energy. The testosterone that's actually available to you, to your muscles, to your energy, to your body to use, that is free testosterone. And free testosterone numbers and total testosterone numbers don't always move in the same direction, unfortunately. My SHBG is actually elevated. I know I've switched those letters around a few times in this, but just deal with me, you know what I'm talking about. What that means is, even though my total testosterone is strong, even though it was flagged for being above range, a chunk of that testosterone is not bioavailable. My body's not using it. It's locked up in those safes. So over the same stretch, my actual free testosterone, I have it right here, December 2024, 73.4. December 2025, 83.3, and July 2026, 88.6. So that is painting a picture. It's been climbing steadily, and that part is genuinely good news. But the optimal range starts around 126. So I am below that. Even in the same year where my total number was flagged as being dramatically too high, and all of the MAGA bros were calling me out for lying, the real headline where my good number was telling one story, the actual numbers paint a completely different picture. Now, the reason why I'm even doing this or releasing it or talking about it, I'm showing these numbers because they change how I look at news headline. Not these numbers specifically, but things like this in the past. My honest, not a doctor, not a scientist, gut reaction to this whole testosterone discourse, I think a good chunk of the testosterone framing is pretty overblown. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not an endocrinologist, and I'm not going to make this video sound like I am and give out that information. But I do know that I have listened to endocrinologists and have listened to doctors versus listening to the podcasts. So when I see total numbers get treated like they are currently in the headlines, and I know from my own blood work what I've physically gone through, real numbers and diving deeper into data can paint an entirely different picture. It makes me skeptical of listening to anybody that gives one number to paint an entire story. And I say that for a lot of the health and wellness space, just in total. I know this video is about testosterone, but really if you think about it, I'm talking about the entire space. So this isn't me telling you that the crisis is not real for some men. It might be for some people. It does exist. There is issues here, just like a lot of things. But words like endemic and crisis and breaking news, they flash far more often than what they need to be based on reality. I'm also telling you that from a content creator's perspective because it is hard getting people's attention without using those words, which has created the society that we are currently in. News and media and entertainment and social media all operate off of a profit system. People make these videos so that way they can make a living. Entertainment education and news is transactional. But the more people dive into what's real and what is overblown and hyped, the less people will have to use those triggering words to get a reaction out of you. So back to the testosterone side, if you only know the one number, you definitely don't know the entire picture. So about 4 to 5 years of maintenance for me. I have lost fat and built muscle. I recently just got a DEXA scan, and my last DEXA scan over 3 months showed that I've gained 4.5 pounds of lean mass. So I am gaining muscle. And I know that number is also going to get some critiques because, again, people are going to say I'm on something to gain that type of lean mass, but I am literally just working my butt off. So all in all, without therapy, my total testosterone has stayed fairly even, and I've been able to do that while on a diet. People say that things crash while you're losing weight, so we can show that that's not always true. But maintaining weight loss and staying active has actually shown where it's done the right thing, and that my free testosterone is climbing steadily, slowly, which is a boring thing, but also good. It proves that getting healthier will work. So even though it's not optimal, that doesn't mean that it's at least on its way to being optimal. And the total number would have made a great thumbnail. I might actually use that for the thumbnail, again, because I need to get attention. Otherwise, if you make a boring thumbnail, people don't click on the video. So what I do want to tell you, what I'm not going to change, what I am going to change, I'm not telling you to rush out and get your blood test. You have to get your SHBG tested and panic about it. That's the exact kind of hype that I want people to ignore and just go about their lives. But if you do like testing and you do like finding out the information, I do strongly believe in getting test. It's if you have the ability to do so, I enjoy knowing the numbers because then I can make efforts to change them. I am going to personally keep tracking these numbers steadily, probably every 6 months or so. And I've already talked to my doctor and we're already taking some steps to figure out, ways to help without getting on any sort of medication or any sort of therapies. If you are concerned, I definitely recommend talking to a doctor versus getting your information from a podcast or a YouTuber, which I understand the irony in me telling you that. But I'm one of the content creators that will always try to paint a clearer picture of reality versus the social media hype. And I don't sell any of my own personal supplements, even though I have talked about supplements in the past, because I do take supplements. And sometimes I talk about supplement brands, but I don't have my own brand to sell and I probably never will. So gang, I know this video is a different one. It was a short one today. If you liked this video and you want to follow along for more, please click the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let's keep the discourse kind. I always appreciate the comments and engagement. The banter is always fun and I don't want anybody losing their mind. I'm sorry if I made this one a little bit political, but there was really no way around delivering the message without it being. So hope everybody has a good day.